Alright guys, today I got a super easy type of firework device, just a plain fountain. We're going to be making this 3/4 of an inch interior diameter. Start by rolling a strip of paper, a 3/4 inch diameter dowel. Really the size doesn't matter, you can use any size of dowel up to, well, I think the largest fountains I've ever seen have been about 1.25 inches in diameter, not too much larger than that. Alright, so roll your tube up, flatten out the end, glue the flap down, remember to keep your hot glue gun away from any open powder. Alright, there's your tube. Fast, easy, simple enough. Set your tube down, fill it with bentonite powder. It's a primary ingredient in most cheap kitty litter, or you can buy it online. Just a few scoops, you don't need a deep plug for a fountain. You throw it in the tube dry. It's a clay. This is something that confuses a lot of people, is that you do not need to wet any type of clay for these nozzles. In fact, that is counterproductive. The drying time and the chances of it cracking are very severe. So just pop it in your tube dry on a hard surface and pound it down. And there goes my dogs. Alright, see that? Makes a nice hard plug with just a couple hits. Remove your dowel and set the tube aside, because we need to make the fountain composition here. We're just going to be making a simple fountain composition using black powder chemicals. I'm not even going to bother to use an actual composition out of a book or anything for this. I'm just going to dump charcoal into my measuring cup. That's 26 grams. As you can see right there, 26.2. You want to end up with about 100 grams, and I know my composition's well enough to figure out what exactly is going to burn okay. So you got 26 grams of charcoal. I'm now going to add potassium nitrate. See how much here. I think I'll add, let's see, that was 26 grams. I think I'll bring it up to about 70 or 80 here. Bring it up to 75. Nah, forget that. Going all the way to 85. Close enough. The nice thing about these fountains is that, you know, with this type of black powder formula, using just potassium nitrate, charcoal, and sulfur, really any combination of it will burn. And, you know, just depending on the ratios is how fast it's going to burn. There you go, 97.6 grams, which is plenty for this fountain. Now, taking my dowel here, this is all my black powder tooling, by the way. These dowels never touch anything besides black powder type chemicals, meaning charcoal, sulfur, and potassium nitrate. You never want to mix metals in with anything that you're going to be ramming. Never ram anything with metal powders, or really you want to avoid ramming anything at all unless it's just a black powder formula. Now, pour this in your tube. I'm going to clean my table off after I do this. By the way, you never want chemicals lying around in the open that could mix with anything. Now you don't want to fill it all the way to the top before you go and ram it again. You want to ram in stages all the way up. and that will keep your composition in good order and keep it nice and compact. I'm going to move this down to the floor to ram it. Now, for this fountain, once I get this last layer in right here, I'm going to make this fountain nozzled, just for the sake of showing you guys how to do that. You can do this totally without a nozzle. You could, as soon as you ram this last layer, stick a fuse right in there, cover it with a little tissue paper, take it outside and light it. But I'm going to put in a little nozzle. You'll get a little more velocity out of the fountain, and it's a skill that you should see. So that's what I'm going to demonstrate in just a second here. Alright, now to put in your nozzle, take a little more bentonite, make another layer above your powder here. Stick in your dowel. It's real soft, fine powder, so it's going to want to come out alongside it. Go down and ram it, same as the other stuff. Here we go. Alright, that layer of the bentonite, you have to make a little more sturdy than the bottom layer, because that's going to be holding a whole lot of pressure behind it. Now, what you want to do here is you need to drill through the top of that, but you don't want to actually have a drill bit inside a drill, because that can be dangerous with high friction. So you just want to take your drill bit and apply pressure. Let's see if I can make it so you can see it here. Just spin the drill bit like this till you get through. I gotta stand it upright to do this. The size of the drill bit does not matter incredibly much. If it's too small, you'll just get a blowout, but it's no big deal. If it's too large, well, there really is no such thing as too large. And just it all affects the way your fountain's going to perform in the end. You'll have to experiment with whatever composition you're using on what you prefer. Alright, you see I drilled a little off center there because I'm looking through the camera screen and drilling this at the same time. But that's the beauty of these. They're a great first pyrotechnic project, because look at this, is thrown together in 5 minutes, and you can drill the hole off center, and as you'll see in a minute, it'll still perform fine. Almost forgot to show you how to put the fuse in. Take your fuse, wrap it in tissue paper till it's the diameter of your nozzle mouth, even just a little bit larger, and then shove it right down in there, just like so. And you are good to go. Let's go outside.